Today I want to talk about something that I found kind of wild. So I started playing guitar, played some chords, maybe some bar chords, and then started soloing. Now, this element I want to talk about today is something I got to be aware of quite a few years later. And I think it's huge. It makes a huge difference for me and my music. So, with no further ado, what is he going to talk about? I'm going to talk about dynamics. I said it. Alright, so the reason I think dynamics are super important is because everything we say is connected to that. Whether you're talking with someone or playing a line, if I'm telling you I love you, or I'm saying I love you, or I'm shouting at you or whispering, it's a very different intention. So the same thing with music. The lines we're playing, the content is not enough. The content is not enough. We need to really mean it and have control over how we articulate and how we're saying things. So again, if I'm shouting and using like random places to articulate in a weird way, that's not really controlling my voice. But if I'm using it in a very specific way to express an idea, then it's better. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to shout. You understand what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to articulate whatever it is in a clear way. So the same thing with music. What I want to do right now is go over 8 points. A lie. 7 points. 6. Let's make it 6 points. Here we go. If you like this kind of content and want me to do more of this stuff, the best way to support me is by liking this video, leaving a comment, maybe sharing it, and if you want, there are some PDFs and more information on my Patreon. Thank you. 1. Be aware. Although this seems easy, what I'm asking you is to really look for the different articulation when you talk with people or when you listen to music. Just look on how much articulation and dynamics there are in the solos and elements of music that you love. 2. Play a scale, not in time, and try to be very consistent with the dynamic level that you're choosing. I'm gonna do pianissimo, so super soft, then mezzo forte, kind of like medium, and then fortissimo, loud. And you can think about it as numbers. Like for me, pianissimo is maybe like 2 or 3, mezzo forte is like kind of around 5, and fortissimo is maybe around 8, 9. You can always go a little louder and do fortissimo and these kind of things, or you can go pianissimo. Let's start with pianissimo. Very, very soft. And I'm gonna go even a hardcore pianissimo. I'm gonna play maybe even pianissimo. So I'm gonna try and find the point where the silence stops and the music starts. So really extremely soft, but controlled. C major, very soft. Here we go. Now, the same idea of controlling the dynamic range and playing mezzo forte. So same thing, fortissimo. So very loud. Now, although this seems easy, this is not easy. So if you slow it down and really zoom in, you can check yourself and say like, okay, I'm playing this note. Was this the same level? Or maybe this one, this was softer. No, again, so mezzo forte. No, my E was too loud. Okay, so you need to really slow down and figure it out. And of course, with guitar, moving to different strings, all these things are not easy. Different amp, different rooms, of course, hard. But the idea is, you're not hanging with your friends like, I'm sorry I shouted, it was just a room I'm not comfortable in. No, you're not going to do that. So we just need to work on that a little bit. 3, soft too loud and loud too soft. So basically just controlling the dynamic range and going from 0 or 1 to 10 and 10 to 1 or maybe 9.5. Not the loudest you can play. Here we go. So I'll start from soft to loud, 1 octave, and of course later on you can do 2 octaves. Right? right? So in one octave, I was trying to like go as much as I can. It could be a little more gradual, it could be a little more chill as well. Now 10 to 1. Right? Just being aware of it is super helpful, and then practicing and connecting our muscles to make what we imagine happen. 4. Direction. What I mean by that is really giving the line that we're playing direction. So kind of like an arrow that goes to a place with a landing point. You can practice that with a scale, you can practice that with an arpeggio. I'm going to take G major for now, 3 octaves. So I'm going to start here. Not playing it in time, and I'm just trying to get accustomed to the idea of going to a place. It's something I practice a lot. And I think a lot of times when we hear people, great people play, there is this direction, there is this urgency in their playing, which I very much connect to. So I was trying to practice this idea and hear it. You can do it, of course, with a scale. Now, when you're listening to Mozart playing C major scales, I mean, it's not scales, it's all music, right? It's all lines. There are no scales, they're just beautiful lines. So don't think about a scale as a scale, and try to find the direction when you're practicing it. 5. Solo with pianissimo and contrast some soft ideas, some quiet ideas with fortissimo. Here we go. 6. Use the dynamics as an extra tension and release device that you can really highlight all your lines. It could be bluesier, it could be jazzier, it could be anything you want, but just keep this in mind when you're soloing and try to connect to what's happening. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I hope this was interesting and exciting. To me, it just like took me a very long time to understand that dynamics are a big part of music and I should practice it. So I'm trying to save you guys a few years of not thinking about it. So dive in. I think it's amazing and super fun, and just the awareness of it really helps. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.